trouble.
Okay, I wanted to talk about some of these new variations in this update. Let's start out with Shang Tsung. I'm pretty excited for his third variation. He gets all the ninja moves. Remember that the smoke parry can parry anything but lows. And I'm most excited for the Ermac move. You can get a lot of cool combos with that.
Frost.
I'm pretty excited for Frost too. I'm not sure how much I'm gonna play her again, but it's gonna be pretty cool to see what people come up with setups and stuff, considering the core overload factor. And yeah, the Ice Auger, you can combo into that. That's pretty cool too. So two people that you and me should be very scared of are Jackson Briggs and Jackie Briggs. Their third variations are actually really good. Yeah. So going to Johnny Cage, his third variation reminds me of Ryu from Street Fighter. I know it's old Johnny. The Rising Star move is 9 frames now. It actually used to be 7 frames before the patch. But I actually think that variation is going to be pretty viable, considering having that safe Rising Star amplified.
Get over here.
So for Scorpion, of course, he got Misery Blade. They toned it down a little bit, so when you're in the stance and you press 3, that move used to be -2. It is now -5 on block. Meaning he's not going to be super crazy with mix-ups and stuff. You're going to be able to take your turn back. You're not going to just sit there and not know what's going on. His back 1 for stance cancel is still +1. And back 1 is still really good like auto shimmy move. So you're still going to have to watch out for him. I don't know too much about Noob. I've heard his third variation's not that great. With Varaka, I think his third variation might have some uses in some matchups, but overall, it's not going to be the best. So Raiden, I'm actually pretty disappointed in what they gave him. Joe Push. It was good to see they changed the input of Joe Push to 3 instead of 1, so you got your projectile back for the lightning rod, but you lose Superman. I would have loved to see, instead of Joe Push, I would have loved to see the in-air stance when you can have the projectile across or down or cancel, as paired with the lightning rod and with the other Superman punch and not the Superman fly. I felt like that variation would have been much cooler, much better. You have some really cool animations with the Superman punch amplified, as well as its crushing blow. So Sub-Zero, his third variation is going to be very, very scary. He can pretty much be safe of everything, as well as in the corner, he's going to be very, very, very scary. I don't know too much about Jade's third variation, but I do know Kung Lao. Kung Lao I'm actually really excited for. His Great Kung Lao stance actually looks really good, and it looks really fast. The animation looks really fast. I didn't really look at the frames yet. So that's cool. His combos are a little bit changed up because instead of spin, he has the vortex move now. I'm actually really excited to see what people do with this third variation, with all the combos and stuff. And then, as a Liu Kang main, of course I'm excited to get a command grab. But, before I even say anything else, as long as you know Laurent Quan, you're good. You really don't need Wuxi Legend or the Kusari variation. But after that, you have Nunchaku Stance, Kusari Slam, and the Teleport. The Teleport is similar to Raiden's and Centurion's, except you don't have as much movement. You just do the Teleport, boom, you're right in front of them, that's it. I'm pretty excited for that variation with some of his hitboxes fixed. I was testing it out on Johnny. Back 1 command grab works, so that's really good. That means it probably works on females also. I'm actually really excited to play it. I was more of a Wuxi Legend player. Lohan Quan pretty much is the best variation, but I had more fun with Wuxi Legend. And I'll have another variation to pair that up in bad matchups. It's going to be really cool and fun, mixing the shit out of people. For these last couple, before I get to the very last, I'm actually pretty excited to see what people do with their third variations like Kano, Scarlet, and Aaron Black. Again, the same thing as Liu Kang, Aaron Black. I think 52 card pickup is definitely going to be the best variation, and there's no way they can really undo that. For her, Garrus, forgot his name, and Centurion, I don't really know too much about them. I'm very excited for Kodo's third variation. I was always more of a totemic player. You know, Ascension has the combos, has the damage, but I was always more of a totemic player just because I felt like the aesthetic, and you have totems. The whole, like, a huge thing about his MKX was totems and his sword. I wasn't really a sword player, I was more of his totem player, Blood God. So this third variation changes it up a little bit. Instead of, with totemic, you would have to play off of either, you had two options after a knockdown. You had either Oki or you get a totem up. The totems are pretty slow, and they take a very particular amount of time to get you your health back. With the third variation, the damage buff gets out really fast, the damage debuff works really strong.